we've seen what would happen if a civilization of Viltrumites went to war against a civilization of humans. Spoiler alert, it wasn't pretty for the humans. But in that video, the Viltrumites were able to reproduce and repopulate. Today, though, is different. What if there was just one Superman going up against a civilization that had 1,000 years to prepare for war? I honestly have no idea who would win this, so let's find out together.
Start by creating the world and splitting it in half. One superhuman, genetically modified to the absolute limit.
Oh my.
Strength, speed, and durability all maxed out. Yeah, I think he's ready.
I do wonder though, does he have the ability to fly? Does he have laser vision? Does he have frost breath? I don't think so, because I'm sure like it's limited of what you can actually do in this Worldbox simulation, but obviously Superman does get all of those powers too.
Humans, and they're just regular ass humans. Yeah, they might be cooked, not gonna lie. But I gave the humans one thing, 1,000 years to prepare for what's coming. And we start at year 1, Superman creating his kingdom before the humans. He's moving so fast, it looks like he's on Fent. And he created the Super Sigma Kingdom. Took the humans long enough, but they finally created their own kingdom. Mind you, he's so insanely fast, I'm literally watching him in slow-mo. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be able to track what he's doing, which hopefully helps you get a grasp on how powerful he is. And at year 3, humanity had their first child. And his name was Lex Luthor.
Oh, shoot.
Son of King Tommy. The humans continued to repopulate, oh my god, because 10 people was not gonna be enough. If they were going to survive what's coming, they'd need numbers.
Wait, isn't Lex Luthor like a genius though? I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. He's like an evil genius. So I wonder if that Lex Luthor in this simulation is also a super genius, or if Zyron just named him that just so that they could make a rival, you know?
Was busy doing absolutely nothing. By year 10, humanity had already doubled their population and tripled their housing. And more importantly, they were not staying monkey ooga booga, and they were starting to arm themselves.
Bro's got a gun.
Leading them into the future was Lex Luthor. Well, eventually. For now, he's just 9 years old, doing what 9-year-olds do. But something about him was different, because if someone looked at him the wrong way, he didn't hesitate to kill them. At 9 years old, Lex Luthor got his first taste of
Oh my
blood.
god.
And as humanity continued to grow, Superman was moving faster than I could even see, collecting berries and killing wolves in the blink of an eye. And by 14 years old, Lex was already put in charge, because if he was gonna one day lead the kingdom of humanity, he needed to learn fast. By year 25, humanity was spreading fast, growing, expanding, and multiplying everywhere they could. And it seems our boy Lex Luthor has finally grown up, and I wouldn't go in there, buddy, if I were you.
Wait, it says Annie's 42. Lex Luthor is what, like, what did it say, like 15, and this fine lady is 42? I had other questions that I was gonna say or ask when next time I pause the video, but that really threw me for a loop, and now I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Only 25 years in, and they began building factories for aircrafts. Meanwhile, Superman has stopped progress. And I don't think he's too happy about his living situation, because he has no house. And by year 36, humanity began to move south, building a second village. Now with helicopters, humanity began scaling up their technology, and with new discoveries like the coffee ritual, their progress only accelerated, as everything was speeding up. I mean, look how fast they're moving. But then something unexpected showed up, and even with guns, explosions, and air support, one mistake was all it took, because in the middle of the chaos,
wait, what?
Their own firepower killed their king.
Oh, I thought that was
Lex.
Lex.
Just like that, Lex Luthor was in charge. Yippee! By year 40, humanity was nearly at 100 people, and they had now created a factory to build artillery. And with Lex Luthor in control, their focus shifted to build stronger weapons, faster growth, and less hesitation. Although I don't think everything was under control. Maybe they need some gun regulations because this 9-year-old has a sniper rifle. That's probably not a good sign.
Well, actually, I think that makes sense if they did know, which I guess they do, that they're gonna be going to war with Superman in X amount of years, that it would make sense to train a 9-year-old with a sniper.
Superman, nothing changed. What is this guy doing?
I mean, if you're Superman, what do you even do though? There's nothing to do. You're already Superman. You already have super strength. You can fly. Like, you have everything. All you have to do is eat. If I were him, he's probably so bored, and theoretically, he should just be able to fly over the wall, right? But that's not how this works.
He's expanded a little, but he's built nothing. And somehow he's getting stronger. It seems like when his kills increase, his power follows. So I wanted to test that. 125 wolves against one Superman. And oh wow, that's not even close. He barely took any damage, like just a scratch.
But he took some. Did you notice that? He lost like 6,000 health against 100 wolves. Now, if the humans are able to develop 100 airplanes with bombs strapped to them, this might end up being a much closer fight fight than I originally thought.
This is even a glimpse of what happens when he finally meets humanity, then humanity is cooked. And he killed them all like it meant nothing, and with no hesitation. Still homeless though. And by year 44, the humans had built their first ever tank, and this was just the beginning of the humans mastering both the ground and sky, as well as them building watchtowers to lock down their territory, upgrading everything like they knew something was coming, and it seemed like Lex was planning something. And by year 102, humanity had taken over almost everything, with more factories and more production for even more weapons, and it seemed like they were training for something big, because at this point, this wasn't just regular growth anymore. This was turning the fear of what's to come into preparation. And yeah, they might be overdoing it, because this one-year-old kid has an RPG. What is going on? And Lex, well, life's all good, because that secret project worked, and Lex Luthor wasn't human anymore. Meanwhile, Superman finally made progress. 4 houses. For one person? Yeah, I don't get it either. And he's only getting stronger as his durability has nearly doubled. And now he's actually crafting gear. Slowly, but it's happening. By year 184...
Does he even need gear though? Like, what's the point of Superman having anything on?
Humanity had passed 1,000 people. With more people, more houses, and more everything. More tanks and more artillery. And now they got a real estate market with mansions and palaces.
There we go, that's what I'm talking about.
And this is the fastest growth I've seen in a civilization so far. At this rate, they might actually stand a chance.
That's true, because in the Viltrumite episode that we watched, humanity actually split into 2 groups, and then those 2 groups went to war, which I think ended up setting back humans like hundreds and hundreds of years. In this case, if they never do end up splitting up and becoming divided, theoretically they should be able to build a much stronger arsenal and army than in the last one.
And Lex was still living like a peasant. Yeah, let's fix that. You're the king, go buy a mansion, bruh. And it looks like Superman's progress has plateaued again. He's got resources and a bunch of land, but no real reason to use any of it. Meanwhile, humanity just keeps on accelerating, and this coffee ritual might have something to do with it, because they hit the industrial level in under like 200 years.
There are some like weird gimmicks in this game that actually have a profound impact on the outcome, and he mentioned just now that they made coffee, and coffee actually in real life had a huge impact on production on society, but in this game it does the exact same thing, where it makes everybody super fast and super productive.
Numbers don't lie. By year 292, things started to stabilize around
1,500 people,
and not much room for more. And it was already becoming a problem, because not everyone had a place to live. Nearly 1/3 of the population homeless. Only the wealthy could afford housing, and not everyone was okay with that, as the second largest village began to think a little differently, because even their own leader didn't have a home. Talk of a rebellion was starting to spread, and if this turns into a fight, with this level of technology, it wouldn't be a war.
This is literally exactly what happened in the last one, and that's where I said I think where things went wrong, so hopefully they're able to resolve this issue without having to like go to war with each other, because it's gonna be bad. Although I am rooting for Superman, I just think it'd be cool for one dude to take out over 1,000 people. That's just dope. But I want it to be like as good of a fight as possible. So hopefully they can figure this out.
It would simply be destruction. But Lex, yeah, he did not care. As long as he was fine, nothing else mattered. And at year 315, it finally happened as a rebellion broke out and a new kingdom arose. The kingdom of Asolius. Humanity wasn't just fighting Superman anymore. They were starting to fight themselves. And right away, the border lit up. Both sides unloading everything they had. And the rebellion's king was assassinated right away, and without him, things fell apart fast. They tried to expand, even taking another village, but the firepower was too much, and one by one, they were wiped out. This rebellion was never a real threat to Lex, because while they were fighting to survive, Lex was fighting to kill. And just like that, it was over. The land was taken back, and the extra village turning into its own kingdom, yeah, that didn't last either.
In hindsight, though, if they're able to keep their population up, this could have actually been a good thing, because it allows them to actually utilize their weapons and figure out what works, what doesn't work, like have a new game plan. It was kind of like a little bit of a test trial for all of the development of their weapons over the last couple hundred years. So now they have knowledge as far as like how to tweak some things and make their weapons even stronger than they were.
After 320, the war was over. Humanity had survived, but barely. And Lex Luthor, I think he learned the wrong lesson, because instead of fixing the problem that caused all this, he doubled down, building more weapons for more power and control. Now with bomber planes and bunkers, preparing for the worst. It's time for your Superman update. He's just sitting in his house gooning all day, and he's also addicted to coffee, so that's new. And he's gotten insanely fast. This is Godspeed right here. And if humanity isn't ready, they're gonna get wiped out. Maybe they should pop out more of these giant babies. Nah, I'm trolling. What they need is more firepower. So for the next several hundred years, both sides kept growing.
Oh my god, up to 2,000.
Finally, year 1000.
The thing is, like, even with all those weapons and bombs and all that, if Superman is that fast, they'll never be able to even touch him.
And Superman now owned everything on his side. Despite all the land, it was all empty. And for some reason, it looks like he was breeding sheep, because there's nearly 500 of them. And yeah, he's really fast now, like way faster than before.
Just like teleporting.
Stronger and even more tougher too. This is the most dangerous he's ever been.
That's the best armor in the game.
Ready. And humanity, they are now filled up to the brim with no space left. I could practically smell the fossil fuels through the screen.
Yo, don't cheat. If you skipped ahead, you're a coward. Comment down below who you think's gonna win this. This is actually insane. I have no idea who's gonna win. I see like 1,000 aircrafts on my screen right now, and I'm sure that's only some of what they actually have. I'm still putting my money on Superman though, because Superman's the GOAT.
Tanks, planes, and artillery. Every inch of humanity was now armed. And Lex Luthor, he's almost 1,000 years old, paranoid, watching and waiting.
I said he was fat too.
It all come down to this, and it was time to drop the wall. If you made it this far, you're probably enjoying this, so subscribe because these only get crazier. Just like that, a whole new world was opened up. The humans saw more land and more space. If only they could just take it for themselves. So they sent scouts.
1,500 people.
They watched and planned, and then they made their move. With humanity declaring war, and right away, everything opened fire. Guns,
that's Superman?
tanks, planes,
oh my god, he's just in there. Yo, wait, they're hitting him.
Oh
my god, wait, they're actually hitting him.
And when they officially claimed Superman's land as their own, he snapped. And he went straight through them like that one scene in Invincible where Omni-Man is flying and in one sweep, over 1,000 people gone just like that. And what was left barely even looked like human civilization anymore. Even Lex wasn't ready for this, passed out on the floor. But then he remembered about a new experimental technology they have been developing. And as Superman was waiting in his home turf trying to bait the humans to him, the humans sent their most powerful weapon, nukes. And for a second, nothing happened. It didn't even scratch the guy. So they kept going, more and more, piling them up on top of him. Oh my god,
how many nukes do they have?
They actually managed to hurt him. Just barely. But that was it. They had used the last of their nuclear arsenal, and there was nothing left.
The humans are so cooked.
So they sent everything and everyone, every tank and every plane, and somehow they managed to push him back. But then, while fighting on the front lines, Lex Luthor was killed, and what was left of humanity was enraged. Ammo running dry and people dropping left and right.
He's not taking any damage.
One last push, bringing Superman right to the edge.
Wait, are they gonna push him off?
Tug of war. The humans did it. They pushed him out, and Superman was gone.
What?
But what was left was barely anything. Humanity survived, but at what cost? This is what it took to survive a single super.
Wait, so humanity won?
Thousands to barely a few hundred, a fraction of what they once were. But now the land was theirs. It took 1,000.
Nah, that's crazy. They pushed him off the edge. They did 0 damage to him. That sounds crazy because Superman can fly. Why can't he just fly back? Man, I don't know. I feel like we need a rematch, dude. That's crazy. Either way, that was a sick video. Shout out to Zyron again. And if you guys want me to watch even more World Box videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and click right here for more.